god, this is in my way. Oh my god. Oh wait, never mind. Oh my god, Ayana! 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 This game is so freaking loud. Hold on, give me 2 freaking seconds. Can you hear the game at all? Here's my question. Because I don't know if you can. Bro, put stuff in the chat because I will not be able to go on my phone. I'm gonna be so honest. I'll be locking in. Trust me. Trust me. Let me turn. Can you hear the game now? Is it better now? Or is it too loud now? Bro, this game's gonna be the death of me. Oh my god, wait. I don't remember playing this. Oh, that's my fault. Hold on. I didn't mean to exit the entire game. Okay. There we go. That is my fault. Anyways. Are we ready? Are we ready? I think we're ready. I'm actually... No. Do I say yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, sure. Welcome to Our Life Beginning and Always. There are various ways you can customize and interact with the game. This tutorial is an overview of how certain features work. You can read the full tutorial from the main menu to learn about everything in detail. To start off, I knew this already. It's fine. To start off, the game is divided into 4 time periods called steps. Step 1, childhood. Step 2, adolescence. Step 3, young adulthood. And step 4, adulthood. Ooh, I've just dropped my iPad by accident. But anyways, it's fine, guys. Oh my god, can this stand up now? Thank you. To start off, no, I've already read that. Our life is further divided into sets. You can read this yourself. You've already played this. These are called moments. Moments can be played in any order or skipped entirely. You move on to the next step whenever you want by selecting that summer is ending. Step 1 to 3 includes 5 moments each, and even more can be unlocked by purchasing DLCs. Some are out now and other DLCs will release later on. Step 4 is an epilogue and doesn't include moments. A lot happens over hold on, I cannot speak, but anyways. A lot happens over the years that go by, especially in regard to the character you play as. You determine nearly everything about the main character: name, appearance, personality, pronouns, interest, skills, their relationship with major characters, and so on. You can decide to change the details as time goes on, with a few exceptions. Your last name, skin tone, and eye colour can't be altered once set. Much of the MC's basic traits are determined on a character creation screen. As the MC grows up, more options become available. I'm rolling my eyes as the beginning of... No, I'm rolling my eyes at the thought of Code. I don't want to speak to him. His eyebrows annoy me so bad. As mentioned, one of the decisions you'll get to make for your character is selecting a name. You can type in any name you like, or you can pick a preset name. Preset options are called voiced named... Oh my freaking god, I give up. Yes, bye. There's a cute doll you can decorate to get an idea of what your MC looks like, with the different traits put together. Not all the things you decide about the MC will appear on the doll. The interest comfort screen, unless you get the DLCs. The game has one love interest. Cove. Cove. Bro, I don't want Cove. Spare me. Actually, spare me. I don't want to speak to him. He grows up with the MC, and the interest comfort screen is crucial for determining how that plays out. Interest level sets how much you like him. There are 4 levels: disinterest, fond, crush, and love. Love is only available starting in step 3, and if you are fond, and if you are if you were at fond or crush in step 2. Comfort determines how you genuinely react / think when it comes to him. There are 3 levels: nervous, relaxed, direct. Why is this tutorial so long? Genuinely, this is not okay. But your level of interest and comfort will set the type of dynamic your character has with the love interest. What you did in the past will influence the present, and feelings can change over time. You get to pick your interest / comfort near the beginning of every step. Comfort can switch between the 3 levels as you please. Your interest level can only stay the same or increase. Can I skip all this? Is this needed? Okay, thank you. I don't care. Oh, okay. Here we go. I will have round. I'm pale, but I don't think I'm that pale. Personally, I don't think I'm that pale. Or am I that pale? Am I... Can you hear my mouse clicking, or can you not? Because I think you might... Choppy. Yeah, bro. Choppy. Oh, wait. Loki, genuinely hitting the gritty right now. I want this. Can I have blue? I don't really want that blue, but I guess it'll have to do because my hair colour's blue. Eve. Ayana. Let me move this. Birthmarks. I do not want any of these. Scars. Do we have a tough scar? No. We'll have freckles. Hand size. Can I see the hand sizes? Maybe? I don't have glasses. I don't know what if... Any. Not those, actually. There we go. Are we all done? Yay!
Self Self-voicing disabled.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of the year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander off too far outside of your neighbourhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Anyways, going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or more often just said hello. Dude, I don't even know. Wait, what was... I'm confused. You didn't really get why they always said hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. I'm gonna say hi to everyone. Why the hell not? You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that has magically sprung from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was the people... Oh, stop. That was not okay. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that the people who you didn't recognise really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district of as your mums called it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mum had a talk with you and your big sister about this kind of situation before. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but the types of people can help you even if you don't know them. I think this one. I'm locking in. You weren't sure about this man yet, but you were pretty interested. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. Bro, I would feel a bit intimidated. In honesty, I would feel a little bit intimidated. So, you know, whatever. You slow down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. There was a split second where your eyes met and you took in a shaky breath, your eyes darting to the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering nearby. Hey! Do I voice act for you? You want me to voice act for you, Anna? His voice startled you and made you jump. But you still didn't look at him. The bird landed on top of a nearby gatepost and its black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way towards you. You offered the stranger a smile. You folded your arms and scared. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. Bro, I'll offer him a little smile because I know who he is. I've played this part. The man gives a grin back of his own. Hey, beautiful. Should I voice act? Do I voice act? Do I not voice act? I'm not voice acting actually, never mind. Do you live around here? What is your name? How old are you? You looked the man up and down. Yes, I did. Taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting was not. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. I'm not telling him my whole name, bro. I'm not telling him. I'm gonna put... Yeah, I live here. That's great. He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, why are you giving me money? Ooh, why are you giving me money? He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up for you, even more confused than before you looked back at him.
Well,
Why did he speak? Could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straight up. From where you were standing, it made him look even creepier. Why does he keep making noises at me? Can you tell him to stop? I don't like the fact he keeps making noises. Skip, once this game get fucking good. I have a son whose name is Cove, who's about your age. This guy was definitely obsessed with the water. Yeah. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Road. Bro, this guy's hair is freaking luscious. I can't even lie. I can't like play this game without getting distracted. This game's so freaking like long. I just don't like it. We moved in across the street. See? No, I can't see. I literally cannot see. But anyway, he gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late night afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Eve Anna, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like him. So he shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him. Stop speaking to me. Stop talking. But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be too friendly to say his dad sent you. Bro, I feel freaking bad for Cove because, like, that's just horrible. In honesty, I'd feel so shit if my mom was paying people to be friends with me. Like, I know I'd do that, but you know, it's fine, guys, it's fine. I felt so good. Yes, this definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that. What do you say? Wanna make a deal? Bro, I'm taking the bill. I felt bad, but I don't feel that bad. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thought of what you could do with this much cash. Ooh, I want, the stuffed animal. Lowcar genuinely. It was finally able to go home with you. And that was just a start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkling at the sides as he did. Great, that's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbours today, but... Stop. I don't like this guy speaking to me. Well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way... Oh my god, I can't speak. But with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. He looks pretty happy to me, in honesty. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Sure thing. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to help. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Your mums are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. Ew. I thought he might come back, and that's not important. I have to go. That's not what is oh my god, that's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Eve. So much. No problem, I go. He drove down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. I've already played all this, but I'm gonna pretend I haven't. Okay. Step 1. Step 1. The trip. Oh my god, wait. I've just low-key realised my beautiful, beautiful son is in the way a bit. of the text. So we're gonna make him smaller. There we go. He went smaller. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. I personally, I hate the ocean. I genuinely hate it. I feel like in this game I'm going to have to like it, I feel like I'm going to have to. Like, what is this? But I didn't enjoy the beach. I don't care. You really couldn't understand why so many people came all the way from where they lived just to visit the ocean. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try and relax but couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. Hey, Cove. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the grass, and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you found a deer in the wild. Though didn't have wavy ass eyebrows. Oh, I hate his eyebrows so bad. I hate them. Huge glasses, sad frowns, pink casts. I'm fucking pointing out these eyebrows. I hate them, bro. I actually hate them. What was I going to say? But this new boy did. You weren't sure what else in the world had eyebrows like that, if there was anything. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. Then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and showed you weren't scary. Hi. Hey. Hey. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his sides. Baller. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You'd obviously caught him off guard. Is Cove voice acted? Is he voice acted or not? Will I find out? Because like when they were saying that like their name was voice acted, I thought it meant like he was gonna be voice acted, but his dad isn't. So anyway, his pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Eyes wide, he studied you. Oh, he's not voice acted. What do I do in my life? How do you know that? You touched the money in the back of your pocket, feeling it crinkle beneath your fingertips. Lucky guess. No way. Tell the truth. Okay, your dad told me who you were. Oh. Oh. Anyways, so is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. I don't like this game. I'm sorry. It's so boring. Nope. While doing so, you also picked at a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. Bro, when I played this game before, I literally didn't read any of this. I genuinely did not read nothing. I sat and like skipped it for ages. See, this was November. When was November? Wait, I'm checking. That was ages ago. What have I been doing? And also, I swear I didn't even play this game on Steam. I swear I played it like from itch.io. So does it like save or something? I'm confused. Anyways, the pure white flowers that covered this. Did I not read this out? Anyway, the night wind was cool as it travelled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question, almost like they'd never stopped, his tears starting up again with a vengeance. My parents. They don't want to live together with me anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, so now we have a house here and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Me too. I want... Bro, do we see his mom at any point? Cause your dad seems kind of nice. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. It must be hard for Cove living here without his mom, but at least he still had a parent who cared for him. But from way off in the distance you heard your parents. Eve! Cove! Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
Oh! Thanks, Cove. Thanks for reading that out for me. Sorry, I yawned. What do I say? What? Oh, I didn't want to do that. It will be okay. You were stuck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not gonna be all fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away and rubbing his bandaged arm. Oh, his not bandaged arm. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I still don't want to go. What was I gonna I'm gonna try to convince him, bro, because I'm not doing what this kid says. I don't know him. Sorry, not sorry, but are you sure you'd have to stay outside the whole night and sleep on wet grass? Before Cove could say anything else, you heard his dad's voice again, even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the oh my god, hello? Over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Bro, when I played this game, these two, I'm so upset they're my mom. They're my moms. Because what do you mean? Genuinely, what do you mean? Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Eve, you're here after all. We had been at the... Bro, I can't speak today. I can't speak anyway, but this is not okay. But anyway, we had been at the park earlier. Hello? We had been at the park to check for Cove and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbour. I thought you might have gone further off. Wait, gone off further away. No, we were just sitting on the grass. Thank God you're both fine. Don't sigh at me. Were you two having fun out there? No, not really. In honesty, no. You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. Not that one. I'm gonna just shrug. I'm gonna be nonchalant about it. He's new here. It was okay. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you. Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Eve knows this whole area so well. Yeah, because I'm the freaking goat, obviously. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove.
Bye.
Thanks. Thanks. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow. Your new friends wanted to bring him by to see you. Wait, your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Sure.
Of course.
Thank you. Then okay. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put... I am not calling you mommy, bro. Wait, which one's mommy is the question. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than ready. Wait a damn minute. Wait. I can't even play this game for that long, but anyways. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed. After your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove. It can change in the later steps. Bro, I don't care. I'm sorry. Just sure. Bond, I guess. You won't be able to change it until step 2. Yeah, that's fine. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finish your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again? Mm-hmm. I like him.
How sweet.
I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't like the fact they just have one little voice lines, bro. With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. But then, with all the expiration... Oh my god. I'm not even gonna try to say that word. An 8-year-old Kamusta, you looked at your empty cereal bowl, then at mom. Okay. Attitude kid. Weesey. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then on cue there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still out there. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Could I get it? Me? Little old me. I guess I have to. Wiggling out your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey. Bro, Ayana, it's you. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms had called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. I want Crystal. Mom, we're going to go play in my room. Your guest blinked, but didn't protest.
Okay.
Thanks.
Take care.
That is not what she said. Hello. Have fun, kids.
See you.
Bye. Bye, everyone. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit out. Oh my god. Puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were a lot of stuffed animals, a cool bed, and a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it in a while to. Oh my god, I can't speak. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings in the wall. I like this. I drew that. Cool. Okay, I'm trying to be nonchalant. I'll see how it is. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around your room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. I hope you liked my room. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on a tiny box of beach things you collected tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach. Stop. Can I, by chance, I'm trying to see if no, never mind. Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I do. Look. He gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
This is a good collection. Hold on. Never mind. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice or to be like, what is this? Or who is this? He actually meant it. I forgot about... Oh my god, yeah.
Neat.
I remember that kid. How do you say his name? I don't know how to say his name. He's friends with my older sister, and he's supposed to hang out here this afternoon. Do I have to see him? You don't have to do anything, but he's going to be here. Anyways, I found this gigantic shell. Here stuck to an even bigger rock. You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you gotten them and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Funny stories. Why not? Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean you found another empty shell that was almost like a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the centre of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this since meeting you. He guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Hodder must be right that telling Cove his dad was a part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Silo's visit? I'm gonna say his pronunciation is Silo, but I don't know if it's right. But we move on. It's okay. It's okay. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought a box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Silo. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them all. I'm gonna give it to him, cause he can have that. I don't care. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? But I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted. No, it's okay for you. You pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present, but Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arm tight to his sides. It was a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove is your neighbour now. Maybe you can give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor, looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Silo. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings very well. You could tell that what he was thinking. I'm gonna have to go low-key. We'll say hi to Solo and then we'll go. Maybe. This isn't a good idea. It's just Solo. Where would you even go? He's at our only door. If you go upstairs, he'll find you. Bro, my friend's here. I actually gotta go. But I'll carry this on later.